everyone, Andregatz here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to obtain the Bluebarry, a brand new slayback mount coming in patch 11.2. Ghost of Karesh is here, and what better time to sit down and see what you need to do to obtain this lovely mount. Bluebarry is one of those mounts that's earned through a short quest chain, with each quest becoming available daily. It takes 4 days total to complete, so let's get into the first step. Before you can start the quest chain, there is one crucial requirement, which is to reach Renown 9 with the Karesh Trust. This is the main Renown track for Karesh, and pretty much everything you do there will grab reputation. Things like main campaign quests, side quests, world quests, rares, treasures, weekly and daily activities will get your reputation up. Also, do keep in mind that this is warband, so you can work with all of your alts to build up your reputation. I already have a dedicated video on how to increase your renown with the Karesh Trust, so if you wanna learn more info, better watch that. I'll have the link and all of the useful information down the description. So naturally, as you do climb through their levels, you will also unlock rewards. And at Renown 9, you'll gain a particular perk called Baeth's Request. This unlocks a quest from a broker named Baeth, which also appears on your map. And mind you, you can find him in the new Tazavesh player hub, not the dungeon version. So the very first quest to get this mount is called Stealing What Is Ours, and it's quite straightforward. Essentially, you'll be sent over to Zydax and claim 10 stolen merchandise. Lastly, you'll also pick Barry and drag him along. Escort him to safety. In other words, save Barry from the very bad Zy cartel people and take him to Bug cartel. No mounting up while doing this, so it's all on foot. No complaints here. Once the quest is done, Baeth will tell you to return the following day for your next quest. On day 2, you can pick up a new quest from Baeth, and it's called Win-Win Situation. In this quest, you'll have to sell 6 of the imports you recovered the day before. It's a little puzzle where you need to figure out what to say to each NPC and in what order. It's really fun if you can do it yourself, but if you wanna get spoiled and just wanna get it over with, here's how I did it. I started with Zysus, who asked for dessert. He didn't mention that Bakure might have one, so I made my way to him. You can also see on your minimap where all of these NPCs are located, and like I said, it does matter what order you go at them. Apparently, you can unlock more pitch lines depending on who you had talked to so far. On my way to buy the dessert, I did also found Bakajanai, and well, I chose this line, which worked like a charm. Thus, I managed to solve my very first import, and he unlocked a new sales pitch for me to be able to use on another potential customer. Then I ended up finding Bakarai very close to him, and I got the box of cookies which we wanted for the first dude. While I was there, I also grabbed Bakai's special cookie, since it also said that it's a quest item, so yeah, I gathered that it has to be useful. And indeed it was. The cookie was in fact important for Bakay, who was literally just standing at the corner. He bought an item once I offered him this special cookie, and then I moved on to another NPC. Collector Galzi was convinced when I told him the imports were legal, and returning to Zysus, the first dude, I gave him the cookies, which made for another successful sale. Zylo only wanted to hear that the goods came from a secret underground elven workshop, so that did the job, and Zophine agreed to buy one simply because they were from Baeth. And just like that, the quest was done. Did you find any quicker way to do this? Let me know in the comments. Once you do complete this quest, you'll have to wait for the next daily reset to be able to continue. Day 3, we are back at Zydax and picking up the quest The Wrong Bluecephalus. He sends us to talk to Baeth, and apparently we do learn that the blue slate bag was given to Chef Zyzin as a gift. He didn't like it due to its blue color, so luckily he didn't chop it up and well, he didn't use it for food, but he did pass it on to someone else. To get more info, we'll actually have to help him by gathering ingredients, flanks, tails, and eggs. Flanks come from Krolask in the Karesh Dunes, tails from Flank Silwig Hunters, and eggs, well, I found plenty of eggs on the western side of the map. Once you bring him everything, he reveals that he did actually sold the slate bag to an outsider like us who's supposed to come by his restaurant tomorrow. And so, on day 4, we finally learn who the mysterious buyer is, and it turns out to be none other than Grifta, the troll merchant known for his so-called lucky charms. He gives you a new quest called the Grift, where we are tasked with gathering a collection of rare items. To do this, we'll need access to the untethered space, so yeah, if you haven't unlocked phase diving yet, make sure you do. To be able to enter this phase, you'll first need to obtain the Rishi Wraps, an artifact cloak unlocked after completing the 3rd chapter of the main campaign in Karesh. Once you have it, you can start the phase diving intro quest by picking up the quest Another World. Pick up the quest from Shadanis, head to Overlook Zoshul, and complete the chain to unlock phase diving. To access this alternate reality, you'll also need to interact with phase conduits. There is a conduit right here in Tazavesh that lets you slip into the untethered phase, so that's where I started. There is a bunch of items you need to collect, so definitely this is gonna take a while. But do keep in mind that this is the final part before obtaining the mount. So yeah, big motivation. So how do you go about collecting these things? Well, the 3 bracelets and the shoes drop from the elite ethereal mobs in Tazavesh, specifically the Shadow Fate Shapers. I also found most of the prosperity pebbles scattered on the ground in Tazavesh, though not all of them. I actually managed to find 9 in the city, so I headed out to Karesh to look for more. And that's what I did. I used the Tazavesh conduit to teleport into the untethered space and came across some lurking phase borrowers. But they did took a bit of effort to kill. In addition to that, the coin drops from the untethered Ravagers, which you will also find roaming the dunes of Karesh. Like the others, it did took a few kills before one finally dropped. I gotta say, the drop rates weren't really that great on the PTR, but they might be improved on live servers. Well, we all hope so. Now the last and most time-consuming item is the Expire Luck Potion. This one took me the longest to get, and it only drops from the Unravel Energy Brokers. The tricky part is that they are scattered across North Safat, and there aren't many of them. It took me around 10 minutes of farming to get one, and you might be thinking, okay Andrei, it's not really that bad, come on. But do keep in mind that I was alone, so it might be a bit frustrating on live servers when there is competition. I even tried to push for a drop rate buff, so fingers crossed. Once you have everything, you can return to Grifta, and he will offer one last quest that rewards you with a blueberry mount. And that's it, Berry is finally ours. If you wanna see how to get 22 more mounts in patch 11.2, well, check out my full guide where I go over all of them in more detail. As always, thank you so much for sticking around until the very end, and make sure to drop a like if you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for more WoW coverage and hit the bell to stay up to date. Good luck with whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!